and show you what I did. So I made some electrolytes. And this is 2/3 of a cup of pink Himalayan salt mixed with some Stop, Cosmos. He just was out, so he doesn't need to be barking. I don't know, he might hear something outside. So I put it in my Vitamix to make the powder fine. I'm going to put it in this mason jar. See how it was running low? And I had made this about, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. So I'm going to loosen this up. Anyway, it helps to put it in the blender. You don't have to use a Vitamix, but I like my Vitamix. It's a hello. Hey, Pickles. How are you? So, Cosmos, that's enough. So anyway, I made electrolytes, homemade. And anyway, I'm just loosening it up out of the blender. Okay, there. About ready to take my blood sugar readings and my ketones. I'm excited because I've been in high therapeutic ketosis, which means I'm in fat burning mode and that I'm using fat for energy, not going into gluconeogenesis. Of course, I don't eat carbs, so, or low carbs, because I eat eggs. Eggs have just under a gram of carb per egg. A little under. Or maybe it's just over a half a gram or something. Anyway, it's not much. So, loosen this up out of the bottom. Anyway, I was running low on my electrolytes. And it's pink because it's pink Himalayan salt. So the recipe is 2/3 of a cup of potassium. Oh, nice. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm good, thank you. I'm going to cut up my big hunk of chuck. It's a big hunk of meat there. I'm about to put it on my setup over here and put the steaks in the big bowl and the fat in the small bowl. And then put it in the vacuum, seal it in packages, put it in the freezer. Then I have my probably month and a half worth of meat. So it's $123 for that, like 26 pounds of meat, something like that. Can't remember what the exact poundage was, but it was $4.50 a pound. So that's good for steak, I'm telling you. And I actually won't worry about rinsing this blender just because all it is electrolytes and a little bit of salt. So I just did my science project. So I have got, there's a little bit of lumps, but I have I've got a measuring spoon that I put in here that's set at, it's a sliding spoon, but it's set at 3/4 of a teaspoon, which is the perfect serving size. I level it out. Actually, I want to shake this up first. And I have one of those metal round things that mixes. So it's just you and me, Pickles. Anyway, I like to obviously mix it up because it's got potassium, magnesium, and salt. And I like to put it in the blender. That way it's nice and fine, like the Element packets. LMNT are fine, you know. They grind their salt up too, and it makes this really fine powder. It's cool. But anyway, there's my electrolytes, and I'm gonna, this time, so I don't have to keep going and looking at the original recipe, I put the recipe in my phone on a notepad, plus I'm gonna print it and stick it on the jar. So it's 2/3 of a cup of, 2 2/3 cup of salt. And what I did is I split it in half because I didn't have that much salt. So I split it in half, which is 1 1/3 cup of salt. And then it was 3 tablespoons of potassium chloride and 3 heaping tablespoons of magnesium malate. It wasn't exact, but she did her math, and it was Nia's Way that did the original video, and I got it from her. And it lasted me, like I say, about, I think it was 6 months. This should last me, if I do 2 servings a day like I've been doing, it should last about 6 months. Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there, about 6 months, give or take. So anyway, it's a lot cheaper than buying the Element. I do like the Element, and I bought some, I bought a 4-box batch. That's how it's cheapest. I bought a 4-box batch so I could take the packets on my cruise, which was super handy. I can put, I might, like next time, I might take a small jar with a measuring spoon in my bag next time. I might do that just to save money, because it is super duper cheap to make your own. Anyway, fun with science. Now I'm gonna cut some meat up. So I hope you have fun with your homework. Is it fun homework or what kind of homework? Oh, there's 0 people in here. Maybe you popped off already. Maybe you had to hop off already. So I'm gonna clean up my mess and put away my minerals, my potassium and magnesium. I bought a whole bunch last time, and I still have a ton to make more. And this time, since I made a half a batch, see, the batch might have lasted me a year last time because I made a full jar last time. And this jar, oh, maybe I had 2 jars last time, because this jar is, I mean, it's not full, but it's 2/3 full. Anyway, that'll last me about 6 months. So that's good. And I'm gonna have to get some more salt. I have a teeny bit of salt left. I saved out some so I wouldn't be totally out. Anyway, I'll grab some either Redmond's real salt or pink Himalayan. So I don't know. I have one person in here. Is that Pickles or is that somebody else? Hello, how are you? Just putting my stuff away. Set this here. Hey, Matthew. How you doing? I just did like a science project sort of and made, oops, that didn't work. And made electrolytes. 2/3 cup of sodium. No, 1 1/3 cup sodium. And 3 tablespoons of potassium chloride and 3 heaping tablespoons of magnesium, because it's not an exact measurement. You need a little bit of extra, but American measurements don't do it justice, so we just heap the tablespoons on the magnesium. So anyway, I just made that because I had about a year's worth and then I ran out. Just finding a spot for my measuring spoon on the hook up on my pot rack. Anyway, now I'm gonna put I put it in the blender because now it's a finer powder, which is good, because if you don't, you end up with, it's hard to mix it and get a good mix, and it's hard to, like, for it to dissolve. So I like it in the water, so I like it to be fine. Anyway, it's good stuff. Helps me not get leg cramps, because carnivore makes you makes your inflammation go down. It makes the fluid go out of your body and you have to replenish your electrolytes. Who's saying something? Looks like a, oh, okay, here. I am not going to have my hands on my hips constantly. I'm not. A phone call just came through. That's why I froze. So, I can't have my hands on my hips constantly, because I'm busy in my videos, and I can't do that. So, wait a minute. Am I back on? Let me see. Okay, so how do I, just a second, I'm trying to figure out something. How do I post? I'll post the link to my Facebook in the description after we're done. I don't think I can do it while we're on, as far as I know. But yeah, because I have my hands full. I'm doing things like I was doing things today with my there. But I feel like a meanie when I do that. It's just out of character for me to do it all the time. It would look a bit odd if I was all the time in hands on hips. But anyway, putting away my stuff. So, and earlier I was unloading my dishwasher. There's no way I could have done that. Anyway. So send me your Facebook, Matthew, when, and your Facebook and your YouTube. Okay? Put all this away. Half of this, most of this, I'm not washing because it just has salt residue. It just has electrolyte residue and I don't need to. Okay, this was the lid for this. I'm gonna throw this away. Go buy me some more salt. Yep. So, anyway, and then I'm gonna cut up the meat that I bought from Costco. I'm gonna have my hands full in that. I got my setup all over here. I'm gonna put a camera on it, I think, this time because I think, I don't know how thoroughly I have shown getting this task done. So I'm going to see about it. It's kind of hard. Oh, that's what I can do. Put my tripod over here. I'm going to lower it down. So I'll just lower this down so I can show you the process of the meat situation. I'm gonna vacuum seal it when I'm done. Hello, Joker. I'm reading your comment. I'm cutting up some beef today, and I just made electrolytes, homemade. If you want to see it, you can. Anyway, I gotta put my camera up here on my tripod, flip it around. Oops. I gotta remember that I have to keep it in upright mode, whatever you call that again. So I've got my meat set up. Spice rack is in the way a little bit. I don't know how well I can do this. Oh, I could do that. Zoom in a little bit. Oh, I know what I can do. I have a rolling cart. That'll be perfect. My tripod isn't quite tall enough. I thought I had another taller tripod, but this is it for now. I think I sold my other tripod or something. Anyway, because I have like 3. I have a smaller one and a bigger one. Anyway, I didn't think I needed tons of them. I do want to be a little further away because I want to be able to see what I want you guys to see what I'm doing. Well, I hope your storm on the internet has more to do with other people and not you. Be good, Kay, because it's a tough world out there. People are not nice, and you can stay nice and keep your cool. So I have a couple of bowls here. One is for fat and one is for meat. This is my setup. So if my dog whines, he's just, my big dog, he's just being a goob because he already went outside. So I'm gonna bring a big hunk of meat over. You're gonna be shocked. It's still partially frozen, but I like it that way for cutting. Usually I've been lately cutting it completely thawed, but I don't like that as well. So I wish both of my cutting boards were wooden with that drain trough on the side like this one, but I have a plastic one and a wooden one. Grabbing my knives. Anyway, I have some good knives, and I'm gonna grab my steel to sharpen. And I don't really look like a pro when I do this, so. But I need to get it a little sharp. Hone the edge a little bit. I wish I had a different sharpener. Know what I mean? I can't do this fast because I want to get the angle right for the sharpener. And this is my breaking knife to go through cartilage and bone. I should look up this particular knife, specifically what it's for, but I like it because it goes through the whole piece and I don't have to chunk my meat up. I can cut it as a whole. So these knives do really well to cut through the I'm gonna drain the blood because my dogs will like it. Put some blood some meat blood on my dog's food. Let this drain in the bowl. I knew there was another reason I got a big bowl. Anyway, I get this from Costco, and I just asked the butcher in the back for a chuck roll. And sometimes it's hard to find the meat guys, but then I go ask somebody else and say, hey, I need a meat guy in the back here. I need a butcher. And they go in the back and get it. And because they don't have to do anything with the meat except bring it out, weigh it, and put a sticker on it, they don't have to process it and cut it into steaks or anything, then it's only $4.50 a pound or less, which is really good for steak. Really good. Can't see the chat right now because I'm doing my thing here. Move this plastic back. I don't think there's that much juice yet because it's still somewhat frozen in the middle. Okay, so kind of wish you were on the other side of me because, oh no, this will work. Well, I don't know, for demonstration purposes. There's a fat cartilage area right here, and you go in between it to get these steaks and roasts done right, quote unquote. You can just go down the line and cut it. You don't have to cut it apart. However, if you cut it apart, then you will get specific butcher cuts, like the Sierra steaks, which you don't get in the store very often. You'll get the Chuck Eye, which you also don't get in the store that often. Chuck Eye is like a poor man's. Let me grab this and drain off the rest of this. Oops. Okay, and I'm gonna stick the steaks, as I cut them, I'm gonna put them in this big bowl. I'm gonna dump this in the dog's dish. He'll love it. Trying to switch my dogs over to carnivore too. Their digestion isn't quite ready for it, which is kind of funny, but they need it because the kibble isn't exactly right for their digestion either. My big dog, the shepherd mix, he gets constipated on the kibble, which makes total sense because it's dry. I've been adding broth, meat broth. This other bowl is for fat, so I'm going to put fat separated because I like to, on carnivore you need the fat because you have to have energy, an energy source, and you can't go on carbs, so, because you don't eat carbs. So now this is kind of the trickiest part, cutting it apart and getting, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just kind of awkward because this is a big piece of meat. And I'm trying to get in between be. So if you want, the reason I'm doing this on camera is because if you want to get, if you don't mind cutting up a big piece of meat, then you will get a lot of bang for your buck, because it's better than paying $14, $15 a pound for, it's like a third of the cost. It's even cheaper than the really good hamburger. So this is what I do. I'm not a big, sometimes I grab myself some of those hamburgers because they're a quick meal. Or I grab ground beef, yep, sometimes. But this, I'm gonna lose my knife, I better not. Just trying to get it at a better angle so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I think I need to go from the other side to see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, see, there's different muscle fibers and different pieces of types of steak. And the awkward pieces, I just cut like this right here can be, this right here is gonna be stew meat. You know? I used to just go straight down the line and cut up steaks, cut it in half, cut this whole piece, and you can do that. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just, I watched some butchers and I learned from them where the different steaks were, where the Sierra steaks, I still don't know if I know where the Sierra steak is exactly. It's behind the chuck eye or something. Okay. Okay, and you have to be careful not to get your hand in the way. And always curl your hand when you're cutting the steaks. Like when I go over here, I'm gonna have my hands curled with my thumb in the back. Do not splay your fingers like a lot of people I see online are going like this. That's when you cut your finger and cut it bad. So don't do that. Try to cut away from your hand. Just feeling around where the, and then I don't trim the fat off, you know, because now this right here looks like a steak. And I have no idea which cut that would be. It's almost like it got left from like the ribeye or something. So I'm gonna call that right there a steak. See? That was on the end there. So I'm gonna put that in my steak bowl. And like I said, I'm gonna vacuum seal if people are chatting and wanting feedback. I won't be available until I unslime myself, you know what I mean? So this is bigger than the last one I bought. Actually, it is nice to go from the way that I was going. I can start here though, from this end, because it's clear. where the fat and gristle line is. Where the muscle changes. Hello. Just cutting a huge hunk of beef right now.
My appointment got canceled. Layla's appointment got canceled. Mom decided.
You went all the way in?
No.
Oh,
we did
good.
it just as we got in the car.
Oh.
But my mom still wanted to go in to do her taxes and DSHS. But when I got there, she was still asleep.
Oh.
So she said, "Never mind. I'll take the baby, go home and nap." And I said, "Okay." So,
I will. I'll take you up on that. Good. Yay, yay, Grandma.
Oh,
Good.
30 hours before Stephen's off, and it's gonna be nice and quiet.
Yay. That's good. I'm glad you're getting some rest. Okay, so it's kind of funny because it looks like from this side that I'm cutting straight into a steak, which isn't a big deal. It's just me being a perfectionist. It's not a big deal. But I just kind of wanted to show how. Put it this way so you can see. So this usually, see how long this knife is, how nice it is, and it's partially frozen right in here, in the center. So that's the other reason why it's not coming apart quite as easily as it would if it was. But see, I like doing it this way, partially frozen, because it obviously, it's hard to cut a thawed piece of meat as nicely as you can cook a. Okay, I'm gonna go from the top here, right there where that fat piece is. There. There. Yay. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to show you, if I have it right, where the chuck eye is. Okay, let's cut this. Now there's a big hunk of fat, and I'm gonna trim it, but I'm gonna put it in my fat bowl, and I'm going to save those big fat pieces, or I'm gonna cut them small. Glad I didn't lose that down the side here. So my chuck eye, that's what I'm looking for. Where is it? Sorry if you're chatting and I'm not. I'll look at it when I'm done. Now this here is different than this. So I think my chuck eye is right here. You can see it. Either that, it's right here or right here. One or the other. And you can feel a difference between this and this. You can feel a spot between them, see? And you can see. So I think one is the Sierra steaks and one is the chuck eye. And I'll go look at a video again and see if I can't get a clearer idea of where the chuck eye is. Maybe the chuck eye just isn't as clear on this particular piece of meat. I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to cut this off. It doesn't matter. It just makes some of this is gonna be not as tender. These steaks are gonna be tender, but the piece on this end is gonna be gristly. You can feel it. And that's okay, because I can do stew meat out of the more gristly parts. Or just do it as steak and gnaw on it. I've done that too. Okay. Awesome. So I don't trim the fat generally, except, I mean, I eat the fat. I don't throw it away. And I don't give it to the dogs, because they can't have that much fat. But I take it, I cut it into pieces. Let me get the smaller knife. Smaller, it's still big, but cut it into pieces and put it in separate bags. And then I make fat bites. Cook them, brown them, and the fat gets poured off. I'm also going to take my tallow. I should do a video of that too. I'm going to take my tallow and put it through like a cheesecloth. I have a bag actually that I can put it through and strain it again, because it takes the beefy smell out of it, so that when I whip the tallow for tallow balm, for body cream and stuff, it's really nice. Right now I smell kind of like a beef hot dog when I put the tallow on. It works great. It's wonderful stuff, but somebody from a tallow business gave me that tip, and I haven't done it yet. I have a big bowl of tallow that I just rendered down a long time ago. Because you end up with a lot of tallow if you eat this way. Because you're not getting rid of the fat. And I can just eat it by the spoonful, but I can also whip it into this tallow balm, and I can eat that too because it doesn't have anything added to it. I can also add essential oils to that, different scents, like lemon, or I haven't really started officially selling it. I did have somebody that wants some, and I should send it. That's a pretty steak right there. That's beautiful. These are nice, actually. And just really nice size too. This is the advantage of cutting the steak up, the chuck roll up properly. And my knives are sharper now because I went ahead and honed them. That's good. Anyway, I like my setup. I've got to get my vacuum sealer out for the next step. I wanted to say that this process takes me approximately 45 minutes, maybe an hour, including the vacuum sealing. Sometimes it takes me an hour and a half, depends. Also depends on how much I might be interrupted. But I think I have a good setup here because usually I get all crowded on my counter space. This is actually a chest freezer underneath me that I use for counter because it's perfectly sized, really. This is nice. This meat is, like I say, I've been letting it thaw too much. And I like my steaks thick. This one is really thick. I don't bother measuring or anything. We're not in a contest. I think I will take this odd piece and do some stew meat. Now this, and maybe I'll put that in the stew meat just because it's very tender. Stew meat is usually the meat that's obviously needs stewing because it's more gristly. And you just take it like this right here. I don't know, maybe that's just because it was frozen. But I'm going to take this and cut it up as stew meat. It felt different, so. Okay, I'm going to I'll put it in the bowl too. But I will obviously put the stew meat into separate vacuum seal bag. It's really nice actually to have the vacuum sealer, and my vacuum sealer actually has a sous vide feature thing that I haven't used yet. But I want to look it up and see how you use it on the vacuum sealer, what it does, how it works. Because I haven't tried sous videing steak. People swear by it. I don't know how they get rare because I like rare. I like it just seared. That's it. And eat it because the more raw it is, the more nutrients it has. And I like the taste. Curling the fingers. Glad I have frozen meat to cut through. Making for nice clean cuts. I was gonna change my clothes, but then I was like, I could have put an apron on. That's a novel concept. Now this, I know it's odd because it's flat on one side but not the other. I'm gonna leave this how it is. There you go. See, and I mean, I like the fat, and I would leave it on the meat, but then it doesn't get as brown. So I do eat it, but I like browning it up as browned fat bites. And like I said, I keep reiterating it. You need the fat on carnivore because you're not eating carbs. Carbs are energy and fat is energy. If you're not running on fat, your body will take. If you're eating carnivore and you don't eat enough fat, that's a steak. I don't know why I put that there. Okay. Beautiful. Halfway done. I'm gonna need another bowl. Wow. Okay, and this is that other piece. And this is stew meat. And if you have to go out of the live because you don't like raw meat, go ahead. No skin off my teeth. Switched my hand over so I don't cut into my hand. But if you want an education on amateur butchering, here you go. And I just learned from, I think it was the Bearded Butcher that I first watched cut up a chuck roll. I think that's who it was. I got knives from his Amazon links. This is a Victorionics. These knives are sharp enough that you don't want to touch the blade. You want to be careful how you wash them. Obviously hold it with the dull side and wipe this way carefully so you don't cut yourself. Do not wash this way. Cut your cloth, your sponge, and your hand. And you can just soak the blade a little, or even just spray it. And then wipe it carefully, and then, oh, this is lovely meat. I think this is better than the last chuck roll. I wasn't quite as happy with my last one. Just don't like it when too much of it is not as tender, But anyway, this is lovely. I didn't cut that very well. One side's thick, one side's thin. I'm grabbing another bowl. Actually, another pan. This piece is more frozen. Like, not terrible, but like I can cut through it. It isn't quite as fine. It's doable. Go try this knife. I know what I'm gonna do. Cut in half because these steaks are too big. Actually, I think this will make good steak too. Now, big hunk of line of fat right there. And I can leave that in, and then when I go to cook it, I can trim it out while I'm cooking it. I could cut into it, but I won't do that. I'll just cut it. Anyway, just because, like I say, if you cook it in with your steak and it's in the meat, it's lovely, but it's going to be a big hunk of fat all at once, and I like it better crispier. I will eat it that way too, but I like to do the fat bites. They're a fun snack to have on hand, and they're just salt them a little bit and pop one in your mouth when you need some energy. Some carnivore energy. I need to check my blood sugar and my ketones. I need to put one of these steaks on in the cast iron and eat it. It's time. I just had I've been busy today, so I just had a small meal of I had electrolytes and some cream, some heavy cream. And sounds funny, but listen to my videos and you'll find out why I drink heavy cream. So nice to have it frozen. I still have another quarter to cut. I feel like I should be done already, but last time I only bought $80 worth of beef. This time I bought twice as much, so, or almost twice as much. So it's obvious. Guess I'm gonna leave that. Oh, I'll cut this piece of fat off because it's in a convenient spot. Again, keep your fingers curled if you like your fingers. Okay. Now what I'm thinking is that here's a hunk of fat. This might be what I I need to do is learn from a butcher. Oh, wait. This might be a chuck eye. Anyway, it's a steak. I was just wondering if part of this, at least this part, is stew meat. Should be stew meat. You know, sometimes what I do is if I cook it in the pan and it's not tender, it's gristly or whatever, I'll just take it and stick it in my stew meat bag, and I do that with gristly pieces. I stick them in my broth bag in the freezer. This looks good. Maybe it's not as tough as I think. It's just a different cut because I think I actually was more accurate with my cutting apart this time, where I found the differences in the muscle fibers. This looks like stew meat because it's not a steak. Okay. Some of these are little pieces. That's okay. I'm not going to make them. They'll just be, I can grab a few of them to make dinner, you know. That's stew meat, because I just trimmed the fat off. Anyway. Yay. Still have meat to cut. It's alright. And if you wanted to, you could bring it home, cut it in half, freeze it that way, and just cut half of it at a time so you don't have to do this whole job all at once. But I did it. Did it the way I did it. And now I'm going to be done and have a freezer full of beef, which right now I don't have any beef in my freezer. I got some ground beef last week and I ate it. And when I make my steak, I like blue cheese, and I have a little bit of blue cheese crumbles left. And I'm gonna put some blue cheese crumbles on my steak. Yum. This was just about right as far as the amount of frozen it was. Just about right. Okay, fat. People are so afraid of fat, but we need it. We need it for our brains, and it actually puts your body in fat burning mode. Carbs make you put fat on and store it. Makes you store a lot of other things too. Carbs. The reason that carnivore is so healthy is your body lets go of toxins. And the nutrients are more available than fruits and vegetables. Go listen to some other, let's put my thumb out to get a better grip, but I don't want to do that. Yay, these look beautiful. And I like the size too. Okay. Last one. Yay. And I suppose you could just stick these in a bag and cut them later, but some of them are partially frozen and it's easier. Plus I'm doing all the cutting, so I might as well cut my fat bites up. So I have lost, weight isn't the only thing, but I have lost, oh, I'm supposed to get my new body composition scale today. I'm excited about that because I want to know what my body fat percentage is, because last time I checked it was 39%, which I was kind of like, what? I don't get it. But now I'm in ketosis a lot more often because I'm measuring my ketones since then. So I think what happened is I got using protein turned into glucose, which meant I was still burning glucose for energy rather than fat. Therefore, I wasn't in fat burning mode. Okay, there she is. Now, I'm gonna look at my chat. Ah, thank you. Drowsy, you're a new person. I appreciate polite people coming in, and you said you're hungry, Drowsy. Yes. Yes, it's a job, but I love it, and I choose it. Okay. Drowsy, really good to have you. Please like, subscribe, and keep joining us. Your dad was a butcher. Awesome. That's awesome. Lucy, you're new as well. Okay, I'm caught up on the chat. Good. Oh, good, Drowsy. You're a new subscriber. Awesome. That's really good. So, sorry I got so close to the camera. So what happens when we get more subscribers and more eyes? It means more eyes on the channel and the information gets out, which is good because it's life-saving. Low carb is life-saving. The food pyramid is a lie, and it's lots of lies, and it's dangerous, and that's why our country is so unhealthy. So I'm grabbing my vacuum sealer. Kind of have it wrapped in its original cloth thing to keep it from getting all wrecked and scratched and stuff in the drawer. Probably overkill, but I do it anyway. And then I might need a new roll of vacuum sealer plastic, which I have over here in a box on the counter. So I'm not really sure exactly what time I started. I can actually look at my video to see when I started, because I think I started cutting up, get it? When I started the video. And I'm going, here we go. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm gonna have to grab some more. Here, and grab my permanent marker. It's almost time for me to order more. Well, oh, it is time. This is my last roll of vacuum seal. I'll have enough to get today's done. So I'm gonna grab I'm gonna put my rest of my meat over here. Ooh. Love this. I get to fill my freezer up. And I wouldn't be able to afford as much steak. It's really cheap actually. Because this will last me, it's just me. And this will last me about, I'm putting my pen away, I want it. About a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Although, because I don't have any beef in the freezer right now. So I'll know when I'm running out of that. And I'll know because it's the first week of September, right? So I don't know how much I need to write the date on here. Because the fact is, I eat it all. Okay. Checking the date. Okay. So I'm gonna seal in the end. to make a bag. Oh. Mini trough. Where is it? There it is. There's a trough thing that detaches and you can wash. So there we go. That'll keep it cleaner. So I'm going to put this right here. Seal the end and make a bag. Super easy to use. Just put seal, not vacuum. When the light goes off, it's sealed. Move my camera. Yep, a vacuum sealer. I love my vacuum sealer. I didn't have one until this year. Well, that's why I didn't have it this way, because the light from the window is a problem. There, how's that? Trying to see what I'm doing here. Oops. Oh, shoot. Did I seal that? No, I didn't. I know what I need to do. I knew I didn't have it far enough. Put it far enough in there. Close it. Try it again. I'm gonna put a steak in because I am terrifically hungry. Okay, I'm gonna show you my pan just because it's helpful to see the setup. I muted myself. When did that come through? Oopsie. I touched the mute button. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I was talking about, I put my steak in the pan, and I said, don't touch a steak when you put it in the pan. Leave it alone until it releases from the pan. Then cook it. And even yet, that was too soon. So I'm going to let it get a better sear on it than that. So I was saying that I accidentally, the last one, I accidentally forgot to vacuum. So I sealed both ends. So I will eat this one first. I think I'll just stick this in the, that's what I'll do. I'll stick this in the fridge. And this will be meat for the next couple of days. Actually a few days because I have chicken in there. I haven't eaten chicken in a long time. Chicken isn't as good for you as the fat, lack of fat. I'm doing chicken thighs, which are better. So, these are like little pieces of steak. But anyway, you think I would be no pro with this vacuum sealing stuff. Sometimes I'm tired. That's what's happening today. I'm a little tired. Haven't gotten quite enough sleep. Carnivore or not, I still need enough sleep. I might have this piece over, we will see. If it works, it works. Okay, moist setting, vacuum. There. I have a tab on there from the end of the roll. What's that one? And then here for the vacuum cleaning. Thanks for telling me I was muted. I didn't look at the chat. I had creases in the plastic. And I think my steak is ready to flip. So I wanted to say that carnivore is so easy. Just fry up a steak, add some fat, and you're good. I add a little bit of garlic and salt, but not too much, because I get histamine reactions. Now that I've cut everything out, except meat and fat, I do a little bit of essential lemon oil and garlic, because garlic is low oxalate. You have to do your research on oxalates. I won't bore you with an explanation here, but your body gets rid of oxalates when you go low carb. It's part of the detoxification process. And oxalates find a pathway out. So there's a little bit of salt and some garlic. And I actually have fresh garlic in the fridge, but I figured I have it. I should roast, if I'm doing like somebody did still, I should roast some garlic. I like roasted garlic. And garlic is a low oxalate food. But I don't need too much seasoning. Also, I use a little bit of Tabasco. Sometimes. And I do dip in sour cream. Not always, but sometimes. And it's active cultures for the sour cream, so that feels good. Although it's store-bought, so I wonder how much of the live cultures are still living. Fill the bag. Make my steaks done. Okay, I'm gonna let my steak cook a little more and rest. You are okay, Cosmo. My big dog's crying now. Perfect size bag. There's a lot of meat here. I got some big pieces and some kind of strips in here. One more, I think. If it's too much, I'll take that piece out. No, I think we're good, because I made this bag big enough. That's one thing that's nice about having a roll rather than pre-size vacuum seal bags. Is you can make them the size that you want. Okay. Vacuum seal. There we go. I have a dirty and a clean hand. So I would say, Drowsy, if you're ready to try low carb, I would start with keto. And that, your body will go into detox doing that. And I wouldn't do the keto snacks and junk food, because they're not always keto. They say they are, but it's just a marketing gimmick. I would go to 20, you could start with 50 carbs per day, 50 grams of carbs a day. And then go down to 20, and then go down to 10, and then for detoxing. Wait a minute. Girl, you got yourself in too much of a hurry. There we go. So where are you from, Drowsy? Feels weird to have my back turned to the camera, but I know you guys can hear me because I have my earbuds in. As long as I'm not muted. Yeah, you can do 50 carbs a day. Yeah, let me know. You're from Alaska. Cool, you got fish, right? You can get yourself some good salmon. Salmon's good. You can do salmon. I do salmon and shrimp and sardines. And you don't have to do sardines, but sardines keep me in ketosis really well. And you want enough fat on keto or carnivore. You need it. Need it. You can't go too low on the fat. You have to, it's like, it sounds crazy, but the ratio is 25%, 20 to 25% protein to 80% fat. So it's mostly fat. Because if I go too much protein, I end up in gluconeogenesis. I explained it already. You can go back or watch my other videos. I explained gluconeogenesis because I have issues with it. If you eat too much protein and not enough fat, the body doesn't have enough energy from the fat to use, and so it goes to gluconeogenesis and turns into glucose in your bloodstream, which is basically when you're not in fat burning mode, you're not in ketosis. I couldn't figure it out, what was going on. I just put steam meat in here. Yep, okay. Anyway, I'm excited for you if you want to try it. Do your research, because there is oxalate dumping. That's where I cut oxalates out. But you can get through it easier if you leave some low oxalate foods in. Hibiscus tea is a low oxalate food that I like, and I try to remember to keep in, but I forget. I had some the other day. I need to make some more. I have oxalate tea, hibiscus tea. There's some spices but there's some things that have high oxalates. And you don't want to do those when you're on carnivore or keto. You don't want to do that because you will end up keeping the oxalates in your system. And don't listen to the naysayers about oxalate dumping because it's a real thing. And I know it from firsthand experience. The histamine reactions and the oxalate dumping. I had a really thick discharge from my eyes. Also, you can end up with kidney stones or crystals. Yeah. Oh, thank you. There it goes. It's weird. I think it's got a piece in it or something. I have to do it just right, like Goldilocks. There we go. Now I hear it. Oh, you wish you liked it? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. But, let me know what you end up doing and if you're getting enough fat, because the fat you can tell by your bowel movements, to be honest. And if you're not pooping, then you don't have enough fat, or if they're not soft enough or whatever. Well, stick around here and go to Dr. Barry, see if you like his content. He's a carnivore. Go to Dr. Chaffee, Chaffy, Dr. Baker, Steak and Butter Gal. Although some of her recipes you need to be careful, because I've noticed, like, there's a flatbread recipe that has cottage cheese, and it's like spiked my blood sugar. Plus she recommends hardcore fasting and also priming, which means eating like 3-4 meals a day and at first to give you the nutrients that you need, because your body is starving for nutrients at first. But you can end up gaining a lot of weight with priming, and it can be discouraging. And then they recommend fasting, which I don't think, fasting, which I don't think is necessary, because with keto, especially carnivore, your body is in a fed fasted state because of the low carbs, and your body is doing what it needs to do. Yeah, that's okay. You need protein. Yeah, so you do figure out your ideal weight, and the grams of protein you need is according, oops. Oh no, that worked okay. Thought I opened it too soon. There we go. I have a whole bowl of steak back here, but I haven't vacuum sealed yet. Cosmos, that's enough. You don't need nothing? So protein is calculated. I don't really calculate it anymore, because I know that I need more fat than protein, and I was getting too much, so I don't calculate it. But you can take your ideal body weight, which mine would be about 125, 128, and basically, oops, getting ahead of myself. I'm making a bag, I need to seal it first. So, you calculate your ideal body weight, and don't make it too low, make it something reasonable. Like, I know what I was in high school, and I felt good, and I was muscular and all that stuff. So my ideal body weight, I'm 5'4", was 128, 125, and so I calculate I weigh 130, so I'm only 2 pounds off. 130, 132, 3, whatever, fluctuates with the day. Anyway, then you just eat that many grams of protein per day. And there's calculators that calculate. You're the same height as me. That's funny. Cold beans. Oh, you like the name? Yeah, his name is Cosmos because he had stars on his belly when he was little. And you can't see him anymore because he's too hairy. There, now that's where I like to start the bag because it saves plastic. I'm silly. But my seal is on the very end. Okay, this is stew. I've got stew meat here. Stew meat in the other. See if I can find stew meat from this bowl. Oh, there it is. Stuck in the corner of the bowl. So this won't take me long. I think I've got about 4 or 5 bags left to do. But then I'll have a freezer full of meat. I'm so excited. I think I actually might this is crazy. I'm gonna put a steak in here too because I don't have any more stew meat. I'm gonna get ready to do my stew. I'll just either stick the steak in the stew or I'll cook the steak and the stew meat at the same time. But it is very helpful to have a group of people that are experienced with carnivore who can help you with the pitfalls, because there's some things that can be bumpy if you don't know what to do. Like I didn't know about the oxalate dumping. I had to learn about it. So I was eating about a pound of beef a day or meat a day, and I think I don't know how much I can eat now. Actually, I'm gonna weigh this because I have a scale, and this isn't sealing. So why aren't you sealing? Are you wrinkled again? Wrinkly, wrinkly. There it goes. There it goes. So I just tear my scale, put it to 0. Let this bag seal. I'm excited to have all this meat in the freezer. And you don't have to do like I do with my meat and vacuum seal it and cut it and do all this work, but if you want to, if you're not afraid of it, you can. And it does save money, and you can eat. Ooh. What was that? Oh shoot. Something got stuck. Come on. Ow. Look. Oh, that's what's stuck, I think. There's still something stuck in there, but it's It's a Lazy Susan cabinet, and it is not my favorite. Let me just say. I'm gonna put my steak here and see how much it weighs. Okay, 235 grams. 234 grams. But that's not protein, that's meat in general. So then I look up, this is why I don't measure. I'll do it after I'm done, because I'm using my phone for a... You have to come back for that information. Oops. Trying to turn this off. There it goes. Turns off by itself, but I don't want to waste the battery because I just put a new battery in there. Ooh, that's a lovely steak. Lovely. I'm excited to eat that. And it smells good. I'm glad I put the garlic on it. Thanks for the reminder, Jazzy. And maybe you won't be so drowsy when you do carnivore keto. I know the feeling though. I've been working on getting into ketosis more regularly so that I'm not tired, because I didn't have enough fat for fuel. I thought I was eating enough fat. And I was not. Look at that lovely bunch of meat. Lovely. I already put the one that wasn't vacuumed right. This is the approximate amount that I put in here, and it lasts me 2 to 3 days. Sometimes 4. And I do add fish in. Especially sardines, because they send me into ketosis very easily. But anything with enough fat, butter, grass-fed butter. I get mine from Costco. If you've ever heard of Bill Knott, actually you haven't heard of Bill Knott, Drowsy, but go on YouTube and find Bill Knott, N-O-T-T. He lost over 200 pounds already, and he weighed over 700. They didn't know how much because the scales didn't go that high. You have to get weighed on a crate, a semi scale or something. And okay, here's a small one. That in there. Anyway, he's great, and he has a lot of really good tips. I share a lot of the same tips that he does, but he is from Alaska, and therefore he shops in Alaska, but he goes to Costco. So it's not too much different than, what I do. I mostly shop at Costco. Some food. Once in a while I have to go somewhere else to get liver. I like liver. If you like liver, you can do a little bit of liver, a little bit of organ meat, but you don't want to do too much because it gives you vitalosis, whatever that's called. something vitallosis, which means you just overdid the vitamins, overdosed on certain vitamins. See if I got that one set right. You just like liver too. I'm hitting on all the points, aren't I? Well, I really like it. So if you like liver, you can do liver at least once a week, but not, or no more than once a week because you don't want to overdo it. And I don't do it that often, but I hadn't had it in a very long time and I did it. I was like, oh, this is so good. I just salted it, fried it in a pan in some bacon grease, and it was so good. You might reintroduce a little bit of fish or a little bit of liver just to get yourself some variety. You might find a fish that you like. There's so many different kinds. The beef is good too, and if you like eggs, eggs work really well. Because eggs are good, balanced fat. You know, they have all that, the lies about eggs being bad for you. Don't worry about your cholesterol, that is a myth. Myth, myth, myth. We need cholesterol, we need fat. We need it for our brain. We need it for all of the, I think it's all the functions in our body need fat. So it's a lie to say we should eat low fat. I need to eat some steak. 'Cause I am beyond hungry. I'm surprised. This is more well done than I thought it would be. I need more salt. Also, I use mustard. Mustard is, I like it, is a little oxalate. Herb top option. I don't know what's going on. I think I'll take a piece out. I think that's what's going on. And then making your own bone broth, which I teach you about on this channel. Putting any tough pieces of cartilage or whatever in there and making it, cooking it. And Instapot works wonderfully. So the gel comes out of meat. Chicken feet also make lovely collagen. I don't know what's going on. Oh, issues. This one was supposed to take so long. Come on now, I'm almost done. I only have a few more bags to do. I'm so shocked. That was too fast. This is annoying. There. Now I hear it going. Now it worked. I don't like my steak well done. This isn't well done, but it's not rare enough for me. Anyway. I mean, you don't have to do your steaks rare, but overcooking them is sacrilege. It makes them tough and dry and also not as nutrient dense. I don't mean to eat and prep food, but I need to. It's a need right now for me to eat. Alright, anybody say anything else? Yeah, medium rare is good. I started with medium rare. Then I went to rare. Then I went to really rare. But see, at least on the end here, this doesn't even look rare. See it? That's weird. That I overcooked. You will find benefits from carnivore and keto, especially if you swap over to carnivore, because the healing benefits are so vast. If you don't mind, what kind of health problems do you have right now that you would like to see improvement in? Sounds like your energy level from your name being drowsy. That'd be one of the biggest ones. That's a big bag. I didn't mean to do that big a bag. Maybe I'll do this one when I have company over or something. But actually it's not bad because the meat can cook and then keep. I can put it back in the freezer for that matter. It cooked. Always drowsy. Yeah. Well, get yourself transferred over from carbs to fat. And really focus on the fat. Eat butter. You can even do brown butter bites, which I make. I think I'm going to do a video of brown butter bites. But there's lots of videos out there for brown butter bites. They taste like caramel. They don't have any sugar in them. They're just butter. And you just brown the butter. Brown the butter till it bubbles on low to medium heat. And there. So, high blood pressure, anxiety. This will help with all of that. You can do unsalted butter. You might want to add some salt though, because you're going to need electrolytes. That's why I made my electrolytes today. Because you need electrolytes because your body gets rid of fluids. It gets rid of inflammation and it gets rid of fluids, lets go of fluids. And so you have to add electrolytes back in. Some people say they don't need them after they've been on it for a while, but I still need them and I've been on it for a year. I know I need them because I get leg cramps at night, and this is my electrolyte powder that I just made, homemade. It has pink Himalayan salt, that's why it's pink. This is crazy. It's taking me forever. What's going on? Is it because it's too big a bag? Seemed like I put it in there, right? And it looks like it's starting to do. I know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to do that. I was gonna just seal it even though it wasn't vacuumed all the way. But this is too big of a bag for that. Maybe that's the problem, or maybe it's too big. I'm gonna put it on dry seal. There, finally. My little steak bites. I'm so glad you're getting started on this. I'm so glad. You will be glad. You need to give it at least 60 days. Start with 30 and then just go there. Yay. It'll be good to see how you do. And it'll be good to have support. Oh, 30 days. Sorry. 30, 60, 90. 90 is the best because if you do 90 days, you probably won't quit. And then Dr. Barry's wife does more keto than carnivore, but they both talk about keto and carnivore on their channel. And so, but even Dr. Barry says, even though his wife is keto, not carnivore, he says carnivore has more benefits than keto. And some people are like really weird. They're like the carnivore police or something. They've dubbed themselves the the carnivore police. And it's like, last I knew this was free choice. And people do this for their health. And if they want to go back and eat sugar and carbs and whatever, that's their choice. But you can definitely feel it when you cheat, because your body says, oh, we don't like that. We like the fat, we like the protein, we like the meat. And when you add the junk back in, it hurts. Because you end up with inflammation and pain, and the symptoms come back. So you might want to write down things that you, like you told me, that, that you're drowsy, that, where you would like your weight to be. It isn't, don't focus on the weight. Focus on the healing more than anything. But the weight can make you feel icky too. I used to weigh 156 pounds, and now I weigh 130. So that's 26 pounds since starting keto. And when I started, I was a vegan, believe it or not. And I ate. I was doing it for my health, trying the vegan for my health too, for my thyroid. Not a smart move, but I did it. It did make me feel better because I was off of the processed foods. So it will do that, and then you'll feel bad because you need nutrients that you can't get from veg and fruit. And if you stick around and watch the videos that I do, oh, headache, yeah, fibromyalgia, fibroid, yeah. This will help with all of that, because what it does is it helps your hormones, it helps your blood sugar. Yeah, it's berry, like berries, like Berry, right? And it's Ken Berry, so look up Dr. Ken Berry. I'm excited for you, and you'll find a bunch of other carnivores. Sometime I should list in my description a whole bunch of carnivores that you could check out, that people could check out. I like Ferrigno Freedom, FerrignoFreedom, Ferrigno Freedom. I like him. There's a bunch that I like. Here we go my last one. Actually, I have another one. I have a bag of fat to do for my fat. Look at all that meat. I'm so excited. It should immediately go like that. And it doesn't always. Come on, baby. I'm so glad, Drowsy. Drowsy doll. Yeah, Ken Berry. And then just find the people that you gel the best with, like the videos that you watch, you'll know. Go, okay, I don't gel very well with them, even if you like the content, but they just grate on you or something, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that Dr. Berry would grate on you, but I'm just saying find the ones that you're actually going to watch and listen to, because that'll be the best. I was so hungry and now I'm good. So I eat twice a day. I have been known to eat once a day, but that's only occasionally. I'll be like, I'm not hungry. So I'm so thrilled. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, twice a day. Well, when you eat low carb and high protein, high fat, you will really feel satiated. So you will really not need to eat more than twice a day. And you won't be starving. You'll just know, oh, you know what? It's time to eat. I feel my energy dipping or whatever. Not necessarily that you feel starving, unless you skip a meal for some reason. But it's really easy to take food with you, especially once you go carnivore. When you're keto, it's okay, but it's not quite as convenient. I mean, I just cook up a steak and take it with me, or I cook it the day before and or I cook a few days worth. Like a lot of times I'll do that. You can even put your steaks on a sheet pan, cook them, and have them ready to go in the fridge to eat. It's awesome. I'm excited for you. Yay! Yeah, twice a day. That's great. Air fryer. Perfect air fryer. I have an air fryer, but guess what? I can't use it, and I spent a lot of money for it because it's a fancy oven air fryer and it smokes up the place. I'll show you. It's a Breville and it has a gap up and on the sides especially, and up at the top. I wonder if I sealed it. I wonder if I put some, like an oven seal or something, like a heat resistant seal. I just got an idea. Yeah, I spent a lot of money for this dumb thing. And I was excited about it. And then I actually it was almost $400. It was $3.99. Terrible. Remorse. Buyer's major remorse. And they wouldn't return it, even though I only used it twice. I said it books up my kitchen. And I've done everything to try it, except for putting a seal in it. I know I'm being gross, grabbing my steak and eating it like a barbarian. My dog is wanting to eat again. Yeah, well, it's not really defective. That's the way they were made. Apparently. Because I looked it up. I looked up the reviews. Oh, not gross? Thanks. I like you, Drowsy. You're my kind of people. Drowsy doll. That's cute. It's just I do it on camera and I have people come in and they're not nice. But I haven't had any mean people come in today. I haven't had to boot anybody out of my chat today. I haven't had very many people coming in, but that's okay. I need to get off because I need to go get my schoolwork done. I'm a caregiver and I need to get my certification. I'm getting my certification done. So, yeah, maybe I can find some kind of heat seal. Like just find an oven seal that go to Home Depot and say, this is what I'm looking for. Because an oven has this rubber seal, like a heat, you know. Anyway, it's like this. If I just took one and somehow adhered it without it being toxic when it heats up, if I could do that. See, it's only adhered like in the corners. Not really sure how it's adhered in the corners. That's what I could do, some kind of metal, because the seal is like hollow. And I could use a piece of metal. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been a caregiver since I was in my 20s off and on. I love it, but I don't love the healthcare industry. It's terrible because they are such big, and now they push it really hard. They push the supposed nutrition, the high carb nutrition, so-called nutrition. You know, it sounds right when you say eat lots of colorful veggies and fruits, but veggies and fruits have plant toxins. So even if they are not ridden with pesticides, which it's hard to guarantee even if they're organic, but they also have them GMO, but even if they were not GMO and they were not riddled with pesticides, plants have plant toxins in them to keep us from eating them. And our bodies do better with meat than they do with veg. And contrary to popular belief, you do not need fiber. Fiber is not an essential nutrient. It is hard to digest. You don't digest fiber. Gristly, but good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I might be able. What I could do is I could buy an oven seal, just the rubber seal. I could cut it to size. And I could use metal pieces in the corners to make it stay. I don't know. I'm thinking of some ideas. Because if I measured it, Drowsy, I like you. I really do. You are part of my tribe, I'm telling you. Sisters. Research. Yep. So I'm going to put this. Oopsie. Okay. I got to move my knives and my cutting boards carefully. Because I need to put my phone back on the... I'm going to stay in just for a few more minutes. Because I'm going to set up this. Oh, maybe I don't need it up on the... Thanks, Drowsy. I appreciate that. I need people in my corner, especially on my channel. Because mean people come on here and they're not nice. I have moderators now. I just made 2 of my subscribers who come in regularly. I made them moderators. It was awesome. So, and they come in, and I need to schedule my lives more often so they know exactly when I'm having them. But they come in and boot people out so I don't have to, or put the person in timeout. I tell people though, I say, if you're rude, you're not getting chances, you're not getting timeout, you're gonna get booted right off the bat. So this right here is a freezer fridge. And I'm gonna set it on freezer and plug it in because I have housemates and they use part of my freezer, and so we need more room, and I don't want to take up all the space in the freezer. Oh, I forgot to do my fat. I know what I'll do. I'll cook that fat. I'll cook it right now. I'll heat up my cast iron and cook it. So this freezer has a 12 volt plug for the car. So I can plug it in the car. I had a business where I did juices when I was vegan. Veg and fruit juice and kombucha. And kombucha has to be well refrigerated. I should put my chicken in here too. I should put my chicken in here now because it's frozen already. It'll help keep it cold while it's going down to temperature. Anyway, so this is a cool fridge freezer. And I can just, it doesn't do both at the same time, but I can set the temperature. So it's super cool. I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way. Yay. Anyway, it'll be nice. I'll have my freezer and they'll have theirs. And I'm just gonna lower the temperature. Okay, I put it at 49. Probably don't need it that cold, but I'll start there. See how I like it. Anyway, this freezer is nice because it's the only thing I don't like about it is I can't do both freezer and fridge, but then it gives me more room in it. It has this handle, see, so I can wheel it out to the car. It has wheels, or wheel it wherever. So it's nice. Cost me as much as my Breville air fryer. But you gave me a good idea talking it out about sealing that air fryer so I don't have to sell it. Hey, Discover Aviation. Drowsy Doll decided to go keto and then possibly carnivore. So it's been fun. How are you? Are you still on your trip? Aren't you still on your vacation? Wait, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Hey. Good to see ya. I need some water. I'm gonna cook up this fat. Don't be grossed out, but this is gonna be good. Here it is raw. I'm gonna get my bigger pan out, heat it up, and start frying up some fat. Put some salt. Ooh, I gotta wash this pan because I left it on yesterday after my eggs, which is sad because you can smell it's burnt. And I smoked the house up. Land was bad. Okay. Fill up the water pitcher. So now I can talk to myself without talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to people. You know what I'm saying? My husband died 4 years ago, and if I didn't talk to myself, who else would I talk to? I mean, God, right? Talk to Jesus. So, it's crazy. I'm still in my pajamas. pajama shorts. I was gonna change, but I was like, no, I'm cutting up meat. So you'll have to watch the replay. Discover Aviation, you'll have to watch it to see what I've been doing. But I've been on here for quite some time. I cut up meat. Before that, I didn't do it all on video, but I showed what I did because I made electrolytes. I'm gonna give my dog some meat from the cutting board. There you go. There you go. My little dog. Okay. Remember what you're doing, Kath. Cleaning this pan out. I love cast iron because it's so easy to maintain. But burnt eggs is gross. Left the burner on, forgot about it. Had my Breville oven, the air fryer that isn't great, it leaks smoke. I was just talking to Drowsy Doll how I might solve that. I think I'm gonna buy a oven seal, like a that would normally go to an oven, and because it's heat resistant, very heat resistant, and I will just figure out a way to attach that to my air fryer and seal the smoke inside. It's weird though, because it's really weird. It smokes so bad, and I only used it twice and decided that I was going to get rid of it. And then I haven't gotten rid of it yet because I'm like doubtful that I'll get $400 out of it, which is what I paid for it. Why did I do that? Now with buyer's remorse too much. But you know, I'd already bought several air fryers for like $100 and they always break. I wanted a bigger air fryer. I wanted but now I know which one I want. What's it called? Go on Ferrigno Freedom's channel. This is a carnivore. If you're looking for a good cooker air fryer, it does all kinds of things. And it's cheaper than my, I mean, it's not like $100, but it's cheaper than what and that's what I want to save my money for. But I gotta go back to work because I'm living on Social Security right now. I wish I could just do YouTube because this is what I'm passionate about. Sorry, all you could see is my hinder parts. Weird angle of my shorty tripod. That's why I had my tripod up on the little table earlier. So I love these. Who else loves Scrub Daddies? Do you guys love Scrub Daddies? I like Scrub Daddies. Now, the Scrub Daddy had soap on it, which I don't like using soap on my... You have to not use soap on your cast iron because it strips the oil, and you want the oil. So you rinse this really, really good. I only use a little bit of soap because the like that's burnt, like I just had on there. There, it looks good. Scrape it off, and then you oil it, then you heat it. Wipe oil on it, good quality oil, not seed oil. Anyway, I'm gonna heat this baby up. My pan is a little bit warped. We took it camping with us. It's over like 33 years old, the pan. To me it is. I mean, who knows when it was manufactured, but yeah, seasoned cast iron, that's right. It's not spendy at all. I mean, initially you have to buy the stuff. I bought a big bag of a thing of magnesium, which you don't need that much magnesium in a batch. This magnesium. Mia's Way has a recipe, and she's the one that put the links down in her channel for the recipe, but I got this potassium chloride. It's Micro Ingredients brand. And then salt, the pink Himalayan or the Redmond's real salt. And you just measure it out. It's 2 2/3 cup of salt. I know that's a lot, but it'll last you like 256 servings or something. Or is it 156? No, it's 256 servings. And I do 2 servings a day. But anyway, it's 3/4 of a teaspoon. There, my pan is hot. Well, maybe I could have danced some water on it to see for sure, but probably wasn't hot enough. Anyway, my pan will be nice and seasoned after I cook all this fat because it's fat, you know what I mean? So, yay, my pan isn't burnt anymore. I love how you can fix cast iron. But this cast iron pan has had lots of use. I'm going to show you another thing that I seasoned really well that you're not supposed to use soap on. Here, I'll show you. My pizza stone. And see how it's black? It's black, but it's smooth. And it's really non-stick. So I have a recipe for pancakes, Drowsy. You have to try it. They're carnivore pancakes. And they're so good. It's just collagen powder, eggs, 6 eggs, collagen powder, and gelatin, beef gelatin powder. I know I love pancakes too, that's my downfall. And I missed them and I didn't cheat and eat them until I found the carnivore ones. And I tried a whole bunch of different ones and I didn't like them as well. But these are incredible. I actually make waffles with them. Look at it's fairly recent. Scroll down and find it. Yes, beef gelatin. And beef gelatin and beef collagen powder. There's a pure beef collagen powder that I get from Amazon. And my dog is crying. He's so pitiful. I'm gonna take him out. Anyway, it's a lovely recipe. And the original recipe called for whipping the eggs to separating them and whipping them to stiff peaks, but I found out that I didn't like them that way. I like them better just leaving the eggs as they are, whole eggs, and just whipping them good. And then I add to the recipe, and I put it in the recipe that I did, I add cream cheese. So like 2-3 ounces of cream cheese. And they turn out just as if they had wheat in them. You would never know. They're better, actually. They're so fluffy. There's a picture. I posted a picture. Or no, maybe that's, anyway. I think I posted a picture in the thumbnail, so at the beginning. So my dog sounds like he's gonna die. Discover Aviation, did you get home from your trip? Discover Aviation is a pilot, and he just went to Tampa for a vacation. And he lives in the UK. I know, you will love these pancakes. And then I drizzle lots of butter. And also, what else? I drizzle butter and I do okay with some natural sweeteners. So I do this powdered sugar. You can do monk fruit powdered sugar, or some people are sensitive to the sweeteners. They're, even if they're plant-based, they make them crave regular carbohydrates. But that isn't a problem for me. I'm trying to reach for the sweetener. It's Swerve, and I don't remember. Somebody told me it can be irritating to your gut, which I have heard, but it doesn't seem to irritate me. But there's other sweeteners you can use that are not. This Swerve is 0 net carbs. Where's the ingredients? There, erythritol. That's what I thought. Erythritol, probiotic. Anyway, but I don't use very much of it. I just sprinkle it with the butter. And you can just do the butter though, because the butter is awesome. And you could do browned butter, or you could do brown butter bites and then just melt the brown butter bites on the butter. Oh, that would be good. You wouldn't even need I've been on here for so long. Mega large. There's my fat bites. So normally my meat doesn't take me that long to vacuum seal and cut. And I'm not really sure how long the cutting and the vacuum sealing took, because I forgot to look at my video when I was done. But I've been on for 174 minutes. What is that? That's 2 hours and 50 minutes. Crazy. Sometimes it takes me longer to do the meat. But I like doing stuff like that. I don't know. And you can just pay more and get the meat already cut up if you want. But I like saving money, and it makes me eat more steak because I'm not spending so much. There we go. So then I take the tallow and there's no liquid, that's all fat. Oh, is there liquid in the pancakes? There is no liquid in the pancakes. That's a good question. There's no liquid in the pancakes. The waffles. Do you miss pancakes or waffles? The sweetener is powdered. You could use a little stevia in the batter. But like I say, I don't need that much, you know? And you can add vanilla to the batter too. Because vanilla, I know vanilla is a plant also, but it's not bad, at least for me. I'm not sensitive to it. Like I say, I try to stay away from the high oxalate and stuff. But you can eat a little bit of plants and still be carnivore. You don't get kicked off the carnivore train. Real vanilla, yes, not fake vanilla. That's right. So the eggs are enough liquid. And then you want to go ahead and look at my video. I'll explain all of it. The oil is popping. I'm going to drain off this tallow and save it for cooking. And I also eat tallow, the cold tallow or bacon fat, by the spoonful when I need fat, when I need more fat. Oh, I should take that chicken out of here. And then, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? My thought totally went out of my mind. Oh, my dog thinks he's dying. Did I already say that? I may have already mentioned that. Put this down. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm making soap. I'm gonna make soap. But I want to make it without lye. So I have some soap molds. And I'm getting ready to make soap. And I make whipped tallow for body cream. And it also, you can just eat it. Even after it's whipped, you can eat the tallow. Just, when you need fat, you just eat it. You can cook with it, eat it, whatever. And this is chicken thighs. Still got a lot of room in there. And then I got beef ribs right there, which I need to thaw so I can unbend them. And I got butter. So I put a thing of butter in there. Oh, my ribs will fit in my freezer even bent. So here's my freezer setup. Tallow brownies. Well, chocolate has a lot of oxalates in it, I'm sorry to say. All you can see is my beef ribs on the top. There's my beef and my chicken and my butter. So quite a bit fits in here. Yay. I have no idea how much my freezer is going to cost to run. Maybe not much. I think my fat bites are done. Yeah, they're done. Yeah, unfortunately chocolate is off because it's high oxalate. And believe me, when you start oxalate dumping, you'll be like, yeah, I don't want oxalates, because that's what causes leaky gut, kidney stones, gallstones, sharp crystals in your body that go through and cut your body to pieces. That's what leaky gut is. And when you go low carb, you get rid of all that. Well, I hadn't eaten very much until you need to eat. So I wonder if you have something keto that you can do. Just low carb and some meat. That would be nice. You could start right away. You don't have everything for the pancakes or waffles, I don't imagine. Probably don't have collagen or... Oh, you're behind me. Behind me? Where do you live? I need to run the mailbox. I have something I need to mail. Oh, that's right. You said that. That's funny, I didn't realize. Okay. Good to talk to you. Good to meet you. It was a pleasure, for real. And I need to go too. I need to go actually put some clothes on. It's 4:19. 4:20. I didn't realize that Alaska was behind us. That's crazy. All right. Go eat and have an enjoyable evening. And I will see you soon. Bye. Yes. I'll see you next time. I try to do a video every day or every other day. I don't time them necessarily. I just kind of, oh, time to turn the camera on. But I will see about scheduling them. I schedule them sometimes. I might only schedule them like an hour out, but that helps because my regulars then see it and they'll come in. But anyway, all right. I've got a bunch of videos to edit. I don't like editing videos, that's why I do the lives. All right, I'll talk to you later. See you, everybody. Bye.